Clayton, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to have to work late again today. Do you think you can make your own dinner tonight for yourself?
What, again with this?
Really, I do feel bad having to stay late over and over again recently. But right now, the company and my department specifically is working on a project for a new item, and we only have 1 month left to finish it. Once this last month is over, I'll be able to calm down a bit, and should be able to take more time off.
So that's so. And I guess I'll be going out and getting some filet mignon for myself.
Really?
And of course, since you're the one coming up with excuses to not make me dinner every night, I'll be paying for the meat with your credit card. Shouldn't be a problem for you though, right? I mean, if you're working that much overtime, then you should be making loads of money.
I get that, but I'm getting back to work now.
Filet mignon. Filet mignon.
Hey, Clayton. Recently you've been in your office all day. Are you still making sure to get your work done in there?
Huh? What's with that kind of question? You starting to doubt me now?
Well, you are working remotely now, but you've been in your office for a few days now, and I've never seen you come out, so I'm unsure what you're actually doing in there.
Saw that I'm getting paid still, right?
You showed me that bank statement over 4 months ago.
Showing you once should be more than enough to get you to believe me, right? I'm a very busy man when it comes to the heavy workloads I have to complete. I really do not want to keep sitting here listening to you ask unnecessary questions all day when I need to get back to work. Please stop talking to me while I'm working.
All right. But if you have something I need to talk with you about, then at least answer my texts.
No.
Huh? What the heck, Clayton?
I need to get back to work.
Erica, long time no see. Are you able to talk right now? What? If it isn't my old friend Jenna? How's it going? Well, I'm doing all right, but does this mean that you're back in town? That's right, but just for a little while. I've come back into town looking for some new locations to help expand the company that I started around 3 years ago. I have a main office right now, but I'd like to start opening up offices closer to some of my more distant customers in the hopes of bringing in even more. But anyway, since I'm all the way back in my hometown, I thought I should at least make some time to go out to eat with you or something so that we can catch up again. So what do you think about getting something after work to eat together? I'm sorry. Right now, I'm terribly busy with a project at work. If it's this Sunday, then I'll have time to see you. But I don't want to take away any of your time if you're supposed to be out looking for new places to expand to. This Sunday, huh? Okay. Oh, so that's okay with you then? Yep, that's perfectly fine with my schedule. I am my own boss after all, so I can do whatever I want without having to be worried about not getting my work done. LOL. Thank you so much for doing that for me, Jenna. Sorry that you caught me at a pretty busy time, though. You don't have to worry about that. I had assumed that you'd only have time on the weekends anyway, and was really only asking if you had time after work just to confirm that. And when we meet, I have something I'd like to talk to you about. What's that? It's not something I can convey very well to you over the phone or anything. So it's... I'll just say that there are some good things to it, and some bad things as well. And they impact more than just the two of us. Okay. I understand, I think. Now, once I've found us a place to eat on Sunday, I'll give you a text. Do you have any place that you'd recommend we go? Seafood, noodles, a cafe? Whatever place you choose for us to go to will be fine with me. Okay. I'll search for a place tomorrow and let you know. I'm thinking something light, so hopefully a place with lots of salad options. All right. Thank you, Jenna. Clayton, I have a friend from back in college coming into town for work, and her and I are going out to eat together today. So I'll be out of the house for a little while. I won't be back until probably a bit after lunch, so can you make sure to make yourself something for lunch before I come back? And if you haven't noticed already, I made breakfast for the two of us, and I'll be putting your half into the fridge for you to warm up if you want it. Okay? I know that you're in your room right now and are too busy to reply to me. But I can see that you've read these texts, so I'm going to assume that means you've understood what I told you. If you don't, then tell me that now before I leave the house. I won't be able to do anything for you once I'm gone, okay? I'm heading out in about 5 minutes. Jenna? Thank you so much for meeting to eat lunch today. And of course, tell me all those things. Erica. And thank you so much for allowing me to talk with you about all of that. I'm sure that all came as a massive surprise to you, right? But it was really nice for myself to finally get it all out there to you and not have to hold it down any longer. It was a surprise, but I'm happy that you feel a bit more relieved. I was already surprised by the fact that the company that my husband's been working for is actually the company that you're running. But the fact that he's been trying to make advances on you through the company's communication app is a bit... And not just you either, but other employees there as well. Well, let's just say that I'm not okay with that and can understand a lot more things now within my own home. I just wish he could have told me that he was no longer interested in me or something, so that I didn't have to waste any more of my time. It helps that you've understood everything I've said. Of course. I would never have a hard time understanding these things, but I just wish that I could have known sooner. However, now that I'm aware of what he's been up to, I'm a bit worried he'll continue to cause issues within your company. I don't want him to continue to try and talk with you like that, especially on the company's app. That's totally unacceptable. So I'm going to talk with him about this, and if that doesn't work, then I guess we'll be able to make a conclusive decision. All right. I just hope that all of this will end once you speak to him. Just be aware, though, that this has already put him on the chopping block, so don't expect that he'll keep his job, even if he does own up to what he's done. Yeah. I hope to get this all handled for us soon. The only problem is that I'm using a lot of my time and mental space to work on a project for my job, and so I don't have time to really think about my husband enough. You don't have to get too worked up just yet. I plan to tell you all of this before I really have to step in and manage him. So once your work has settled down a bit, think about all of this and let me know what we should do. And remember that you can come to me if things about him don't change, and I'll be willing to have you work for me and stay here. Understood. Thank you, Jenna. Clayton, it's time for you to get off of your computer for a second and come talk to me. I have some things to talk with you about right now.
Shut up. Stop knocking on my door. I cannot focus on my job like this.
First off, stop using only capital letters. I'm not in the mood to be yelled at by you or anyone, okay? And second, I have something very important that needs to be talked about. And so I'd like to talk about it in person.
Shut up. Stop talking to me. It's because you keep trying to talk to me that all my dang focus is ruined now.
You've been locked up in that office so much recently that I've begun to forget what you look like. And when I try to open the door just a little to talk with you, there's no answer. You left part of your shelf in front of it so that I can't get the door open all the way anymore, and it's ridiculous. And if you have things in there like work documents or things you don't want me to see, then just come out here and talk with me. I really don't have the patience anymore for this, okay? I've even been trying to call you so that I can hear your voice, and yet you never answer me. So that's the reason I have to text you all the time now. Even when I have something really important that you need to hear about.
Unless I'm gonna talk to you first, you shut the hell up.
You want me to stay quiet until you come and talk to me? Then what should I do about the things that I want to talk to you about?
Deal with all of them yourself.
But these are things that affect the both of us once a decision is made. I'm not kidding when I say that this topic is about more than just some shallow decision. It'll decide what happens with us from here on, and that includes our marriage.
Whatever you want to talk to me about isn't that important, Erica. I have work to do, and I'm a busy man. You can manage that all by yourself. Stop trying to take my attention away from my own work.
Fine. So I guess I'll be the one to make a decision all by myself then, without your input?
Shut the hell up. Just shut it. Until I talk to you, shut the freaking hell up. Stop making me say it over and over.
All right. Jenna, sorry for keeping you waiting on the update. After what you told me about the things regarding my husband, I've tried looking into some things and have come back with an answer for what to do about him and the choice I'll make. Oh, so you finally made a decision? Yep. I think that I'd be willing to join your company and move out of this place for good. Perfect! I found myself another great employee. But by doing that, what will we do with your husband? I'm aware that he's working remotely for me now, and thinks that he'll continue to be. Well, I guess, what did he say when you spoke to him about what all's been going on? He didn't say a thing, actually. Huh? Well, actually, there's something more to that. For a very long time now, he's been locking himself in his office, and never even answers to me when I try to talk to him. And he'll read all my texts that I've sent him, but never actually respond. And even after meeting with you for lunch, he's been the same way. I knew that all of this couldn't just be something that I could make a decision on, and so I wanted to get his side of the story and what he thought. But when I went and knocked on his door saying we had something important to discuss, he yelled at me a bunch and told me to shut up. I even told him that this was something important that would affect the both of us. But he only responded by saying it couldn't be that important and that he's too busy for me. And then he ended things by saying that it's fine for me to make a decision on all this by myself. And that he didn't want me talking to him unless he spoke to me first. What? Really, I haven't even seen his face in such a long time now. And when I'm at work, he'll leave the office to shower and eat food and live a normal life. This all pretty much shows me that he no longer wants anything to do with me, and really has been trying to live his own life, with whoever he's talking to in your company. Even you. I really don't like saying this, but Jenna, I haven't slept with him for a month now, and it all makes sense why. I get now why he's locked himself in that room, and it's pretty much because he no longer loves me. Dang. I suspected that when he started to talk to me and a few others here about non-business related stuff. But I guess this means it's all too late for him now. And listen, ever since that day he yelled at me like that, he's never even spoken to me or sent me a single text. And as he said, I guess I'll have to be the one to decide on everything by myself now. Understood. So tomorrow, I'll be telling the company I'm currently employed with that I'm leaving, and then I'll come to your company. And actually, I've already spoken with my boss, and he said that within 2 weeks, I'll be able to leave and head over to you. Really? That's perfect. Well, I'll get started myself then on preparing for your arrival. I'll get you an office of your own and everything here, and I'll train you myself. Wait. You'll probably want a company house for yourself as well, right? You can do that for me, though? That would be wonderful. Well, I want to make sure you're away from your husband once you come here, and I'm sure it's tough having to pay full price for a new place to live, so consider your new place of residence found.
Hey, Erica. Yo, what the hell is up with this divorce paperwork? Just when I started wondering why you've been so quiet recently, I walked by the room and all of your things were gone and the place pretty much empty. What? There's a letter underneath the divorce paper. took a glance at the letter you wrote me. Been out of this house for over 3 days now. Just a second ago, I gave your work a call, and they're telling me you left the company days ago as well. What the frick? What's this about the company I worked for, CEO, being that friend you told me about from college? And she started telling you about how I started to talk with other co-workers and leaders at work through the company's communication app about private things? I never knew any of this was going on behind my back. And also, when I was talking to her through that communication app, she made herself out to be so cute and young to me. But now I can see that she's a 40-year-old grandma that I've been talking with. If you'd known that I was talking to her on there, then you should have told me sooner that she's old. Erica. Hey! I'm finally talking to you now, so you can reply to me. I told you that it's alright to talk only when I talk first, right? I have a lot of important things to talk with you about, so reply to me now. Come on. Right now, I don't have a job to go to anymore. And I won't be able to pay the rent for a place like this. And now you're wanting a divorce. The reason I hadn't wanted you to see me all day or to talk to me was because I didn't want you knowing that I was talking to other women while I should have been working. And I didn't want you knowing that I was already at risk of losing my job. If you come back to me and forget the divorce, I'll talk to you again. And I'll begin looking for another job right away. Erica.
After having to sit there and look at all his annoying messages, I was finally able to see what had been going on with him. At this point, I can really see just how horrible of a man Clayton has been. I left him the business card to my lawyer at the house, and so if he has anything else he needs to say before the divorce, he can call them and talk it out. But because of how swiftly I got out of that place unnoticed, I was able to get a divorce from him with no speed bumps. And on his end, he ran crying back to his parents who live out in the countryside, saying he quit his job and lost his wife. But of course, as his mom greeted him at the front door and tried to calm all his crying down, his dad pulled the car out of the garage and put Clayton in it with him. He then drove him a ways out into the woods, where he set his son up with a new job, working for the foresting company out there. What Clayton never realized is that I already told his parents the truth about what he'd done, and so this was their plan to get him back on the correct path. Hearing that it all went to plan while I'm no longer around, I feel so warm inside. It's great to see that he'll never have an office to hide in again now, and that he'll never be able to try and get with any of the women from his work, because he'll be surrounded by other men working in a humid forest hauling wood all day. As for myself, though, I've started working my new job under my friend's supervision in her company. She said before, she's trying to expand the company. Or, in the next couple of months, once my training is done, she's going to have me become the manager of a new location opening up, and will make sure I'm paid more than what I was getting at my previous job. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hi, Freya. How are you doing? I just wanted to message you about a question I had. What was your intention to do what you did at my mother's funeral today? I think it was a little crazy of you to do something like that, especially when someone just passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a little harsh what I did, but was that actually your mother's funeral? I thought that if a beautiful woman like me appeared in a wedding dress, then everyone would have had a big smile on their face. Since your mother was so bitter when she was alive, wasn't she? I just thought that I would bring some joy to the event. I suppose you don't even realize what kind of terrible thing you've done. You've made a complete mockery out of my mother's funeral. What are you on about? Like you can talk, Stephanie. You were the one who did something terrible first. I just reciprocated. What the heck are you talking about, Freya? I haven't done anything to you. I just think it's crazy that someone who was in such a lower class than me in middle and high school would be able to get married before I do. It doesn't make any sense. And then you had to go and ruin my family by marrying my older brother? Why did it have to be him? There were plenty of other men in our school. Now you're my sister-in-law, and it's just ridiculous. You're the worst person on this planet for my brother and this family. What's brought all this on, Freya? What's your problem with me? Whenever I do anything or say anything, you always have something horrible to say back to me. So because of how you feel towards me, you go and do what you did at my mother's funeral to get back at me? Is that it? Because of how you feel towards me? You're just the worst, Freya. You're incredibly annoying. I want you to get a divorce from my brother immediately. You don't deserve to be with him. You deserve someone who's beautiful and smart. Do you seriously think I'm going to do what you say? Do you want to see how I see this? It's been over 10 years since we graduated high school and we're adults now, but this is going too far. You need to move on, Freya. You're dragging everything up from how we were in high school and relating it back to then. This isn't high school anymore, Freya. Stop being so annoying. What? Excuse me? You think you can talk to me like that? Don't you dare talk back to me like that. You're so vindictive. I've apologized to you and you're still complaining about things I didn't mean to do. You're so scary, you know that? I'll tell my brother to scold you later about how you're treating me. I'm your sister-in-law and you can't treat me this way. Don't you get it? Your brother is also angry at you for wearing your wedding dress to my mother's funeral. Don't you understand what funeral attire is? Huh? Why would he be angry at me for that? I'm his beautiful little sister. How can one get angry at a beautiful woman in a wedding dress? Seriously? Don't you understand how crazy it is to show up in a wedding dress at a funeral? Are you mad? No. As a beautiful woman like myself is special and I can do what I want. There's no way my brother will stay angry at me for long. You should be feeling grateful as I added flowers to such a bitter atmosphere. Don't twist this around on me. It's not my fault you ruined my mother's funeral. I have a different stance on this. Well, that's obvious now, isn't it? I'm allowed to wear whatever I want to whatever event is being held. I can see I'm not getting anywhere with this. Don't even think about complaining about things when I get my revenge on you sometime. Do you really think you'll be able to perform a counterattack to what I did at your stupid mother's funeral? I would love to see you try. I don't care if you take it that way. I'm just warning you for the time being. Wow, I'm shaking in my little boots. I guess I'll sit and wait patiently for your revenge plan to be put into practice.
Hey, Stephanie. I just wanted to apologize about what happened today. It shouldn't have gone that way at all. How are you feeling right now? Are you okay? I really can't believe what happened today. I don't know what came over my sister.
Oh, hello, Alex. Well, of course all of my extended relatives are extremely angry about what happened. I know that you went to your parents' house to protest about what Freya did, so I would like to see how it all unfolds.
Oh, yes. They were super mad at the end of the funeral. Yeah, let's see how this all goes down.
How are you doing? Have you been in touch with Freya about what she did? How do you feel about her wearing a wedding dress to the funeral?
Yeah, what she did was really messed up. I don't know what her intentions are, to be honest.
It was quite messed up, yes. I agree with you.
I should have gone over to my parents' house immediately after it all and told them how she shamed everyone. My parents know what she's like, so we're all scolding her right now. She's not even listening to anything I'm trying to tell her, and she's just to me like, oh, my poor brother and his struggles. She's ignoring what she's done.
Oh, I see. Well, that's not great at all. She just thinks she can get away with anything and everything.
Anyways, I'll go back home in a while. My head's spinning so much from the conversations going around and around in circles. I'm getting nowhere with this. If I stay at my parents' house, Freya's gonna think that I'm on her side of things when I'm not. Do you think that she's thinking about that?
I don't know, Alex. Look, I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. I just want to rest and forget what happened today.
I'm really sorry. I don't think I've been very helpful at all.
No, it's okay. It's been a weird and frustrating day. Take care getting home. Oh, Stephanie, we need to talk. You're not going to believe what's just happened. I'm getting married. Oh, is that so? I guess that's good news. Congratulations on the proposal. You've got no choice but to come to my wedding, right? You're my brother's wife, of course, so there's no way you can refuse the invite. Well, I need to know the time and date of the ceremony first to make sure it doesn't clash with other things I'm doing. Even if you had plans on the day of my wedding, you would need to move them and prioritize my event. So, the decision has been made for you. You're coming to my wedding and that's final. You've got to be kidding me, right? Freya, when and what time is the wedding? How am I supposed to know where to go? Hey, Alex. Sorry I haven't gotten back to you. I'm on a business trip. Are you still at work right now?
I'm just on my break right now, so it's okay to talk. What's going on?
Did you hear the news about Freya getting married? I can't believe she just messaged me that. I had absolutely no idea that she was seeing somebody.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you for real? No, I haven't heard anything. I've heard that she has a boyfriend that she wants to marry, but I haven't actually heard they're actually thinking about marriage.
I just heard from her before. She messaged me and said she's getting married, just out of the blue, really.
Oh, really? She made the effort to message you about it?
Yeah, weird, right? I was also asked to attend the wedding, so I asked when the wedding was going to be and what time, but she didn't tell me. Even if I were to have plans that day, she said that I needed to prioritize her wedding before anything else. After that conversation, I still know nothing more apart from that she's getting married.
What the heck is going on with my sister? I know she's been acting up, but never this bad.
I guess nothing has been decided yet as to how she needs to be punished for what she's done to my family?
No, not yet. I haven't received any announcements from her or anyone, so I haven't made a decision about her wedding at this point.
Right, that's fair. What the heck are we going to do about this?
Actually, I was thinking of talking to you about it when I get home today. My parents, they haven't talked to Freya since what's happened at your mother's funeral. Neither have I, for that matter.
What? They haven't even approached her about what she did.
I guess it's like the Cold War with everyone under the same roof. They won't forgive her unless she apologized to you about what she did at your mother's funeral.
Oh, I see what you mean. She literally has no remorse. I don't get how she turned out like this when the rest of your family is so sweet and kind.
Yeah, it's a bit messed up for sure. Freya isn't showing any remorse towards what she did, so it seems that my father has something in mind for her. I was wondering if you could have a snoop around with what's going on. If that's alright with you.
Yeah, of course. That's not a problem. I'll see what I can find out. Hey, Stephanie, what the heck are you up to? You need to hurry up and get here right now. I gave you an order to prioritize my wedding even if you had other business to attend to. And my older brother and my parents haven't come yet either. I never expected you to get involved in my business. You're such a terrible person. Huh? Freya, what are you talking about? Are you talking about your wedding ceremony? Is it happening already? Anyway, enough chit-chat. Get over here so you can come and see my wedding. I can't come. I'm still grieving the loss of my mother, and it's been about 2 months today since her funeral. And so what? You can grieve anytime you want. I wanted to hold the wedding on the day that him and I met. What's so wrong with that? No matter which way you look at it, my wedding should be the top priority. In fact, on such a wonderful day like this, it would be outrageous to hold a memorial for a bitter mother that you had. Okay, now hold up just a minute. You can't just talk to me like that. Plus, on top of that, this is the first time of hearing about your wedding being held today. Alex and your parents also say it's their first time hearing about this. But I posted it on Instagram. We're having the wedding at a cafe that my fiancé's friend runs. We don't even use Instagram, so how are we supposed to know? How do you not have Instagram? Everyone has some type of social media presence these days. Well, I guess that's not important right now. Just get over here so you can see me get married. Are you kidding me? I guess we just finished up over here, so I guess I'm available now. Maybe I can come. But I should probably change my clothes because what I'm in isn't the most appropriate. Oh my god, why are you stalling, Stephanie? If you went and changed your clothes, my wedding would be all over. Oh, right. Some of your extended family just got here. They even arrived before you did. Oh, they're at the ceremony already. Well, that's surprising. How many of them are there? There should be about 12 people. I guess there's quite a few people in your family, huh? So many of them are here. Okay, now you really need to get over here. I've invited you, so you have no choice but to show up. Huh? I wonder what all my family are doing there. Is it okay for that many people just to show up to your wedding if it's in such a small venue? It's a restaurant wedding, so it's a buffet style. There's plenty of food for everyone. The cafe is in the white building next to the south exit of Grand Central Station. Well, if that's the case, then shouldn't I get changed? Are you not reading my message properly or something? There's no need for you to get changed for family and the bride. Just come in what you're wearing. Just hurry up and get over here so you can celebrate my wedding with everyone else who's here. Is this really a good idea? We are just coming from mourning my mother, so shouldn't I change my clothes? What did I just say to you, Stephanie? Just get over here so you can see me walk down the aisle. Okay, fine. I'll head over there now. You just wanted to ask the proper questions before making any moves. So please don't complain about what I'm going to show up in, okay? It's fine. Just get over here. You're seriously so slow. Why did you come to my wedding looking so chic and cool? Why would you attend a wedding in all black clothing? God, it's like mourning clothes. And my parents and brother, what the heck are you all playing at? You're the one who said that there's no need for me to get changed for family and the bride, that I can just show up in anything I want. I didn't even know what you meant by that. Are you insane or something? You can't show up to a happy event like that. Then why didn't you tell me that I needed to get changed? I did say that I was still in mourning because of the death of my mother. Why didn't you pay attention to that? You can imagine what I would be wearing, right? I asked you repeatedly if I should get changed, and you insisted that I come to your wedding dressed how I was. But I didn't know that you'd actually dress like you did. Well, there's no way you could have predicted that, I guess. Do you really think that holding a wedding on the same day as my mother's memorial was a good idea? I'm sure you knew when it was happening. I did, but I thought all of you would have chosen to come to my wedding over everything else. Well, if you think that, then I think that's a bit weird, to be honest, considering my mother just passed away. I mean, you're the kind of person who would show up to a funeral in a wedding dress, so it totally makes sense why you would think the world revolves around you. But I didn't think that you'd show up in that getup you had on. Ugh. You can't just turn this around on me.
Freya, are you there? We need to talk. Immediately. It's important.
Oh, hello, Alex. I guess we can talk.
I just saw the messages that you were sending to my wife.
Huh? What are you talking about? What messages? I didn't say anything remotely horrible to her.
Oh, come on, Freya. Why are you acting like this? Can you seriously just cut the crap? Above any and everything else you've done, what you did to my wife Stephanie was just insulting. Do you even understand your actions at Mom's funeral?
But I don't think it was that bad. I was so upset because in high school she took away my favorite teacher from me.
Your favorite teacher? What are you even talking about, Freya?
My PE teacher, Mr. Wright. You went to the same high school as me. You know what teacher I'm talking about, right? When I was in my first year of high school, I fell in love with him at first sight. I thought I told you this. But he didn't accept my advances, so I was depressed from being dumped. On top of that, I saw him with Stephanie outside of school, and it looked like they were getting up close and personal. He was being way too friendly with her just to be a teacher and student relationship.
Are you kidding me with this high school crap again, Freya?
She was definitely going out with him. I just know it. She has that type of pattern that screws me over.
Mr. Wright is Stephanie's uncle. Do you not pay attention to what goes on around you, Freya?
Are you for real? He's her uncle?
If you want to be more specific about it, he's the younger brother of Stephanie's mother who just passed away.
What? No way. Are you kidding me right now?
When Stephanie was in high school, I heard that he was living with her and her mother. He's now currently living overseas, so that's why he had to come back to the States to attend the funeral for Stephanie's mom. I heard that he had no choice but to miss her memorial service because his wife, whom he just got married to, is about 9 months pregnant. As for you, you made a complete mess of the funeral, Freya. Even though you were one of his students, he'll never forgive you and went back home.
But this can't be. Mr. Wright is Stephanie's uncle? So her mother's brother... No way, that can't be right, can it?
You've misunderstood everything from the beginning of this whole mess. I'm so embarrassed to have someone like you as a sister.
But, Alex, you can just say something like that. I'm still your little sister, right?
You didn't even tell Mom and Dad about the wedding. How could you?
But I put a post on Instagram about it. If I just did that, then it would be enough for people to see.
Are you serious? Our parents, Stephanie, and I don't have Instagram, Freya.
How do you not have Instagram when everything is online?
Freya, even if we had accounts, we still wouldn't get the memo about all the details. I'm honestly too stunned to say anything.
But Alex, I posted about it on my account. I don't know what else to tell you. You should have all accounts.
Wow. There's literally no sign of remorse from you. Freya, it's like you've done nothing wrong.
What? How have I done wrong? I don't get what you mean.
I'm just going to give all of your responses to Dad, and he can deal with you about the things you've done.
Huh? But why do you need to do that? I haven't done anything.
Stephanie and I want nothing to do with you anymore. You've caused way too much pain and heartache to everyone involved in the situation. I hereby am cutting all contact with you. Don't even think about approaching me ever again.
I don't understand. Why would you want to do that? It was just a wedding dress, though. It's not that big of a deal. Alex, you can't just do this to me. You're my brother. You can't just cut me out of your life. Blood is thicker than water, you know. Two weeks later, Freya called off her engagement to her man. Apparently, they were actually planning to register their marriage after the wedding took place. A fuss was made about people showing up in mourning clothes, and I didn't tell my relatives about not showing up like that. The fiancé started having doubts, so he talked to the relatives who were surrounding them. In the process, he discovered that the wedding dress Freya wore to my mother's funeral was the same one she wore on her wedding day. In fact, it was a one-of-a-kind dress that her fiancé picked out for her, and it was the deciding factor in calling off the engagement as she brought shame to the dress. At the same time, it seems that Freya was sent to a nunnery in the mountains. It was all part of her father's trick. He said that it'll keep her head on straight and she'll do some training on how to behave. He said she would probably be there for the rest of her life. Thank you for watching.